So getting back to my diet, I'm pretty proud of myself, man, because I never really considered changing my diet until people started dropping dead around me.
Yeah.
So it's like now, like me and my generation, we're the aunts and uncles, and some of us are the grandfathers and the grandmothers. And I remember growing up, and people were dying in their 40s and 50s when I was growing up. Many people died, didn't see 60 years old.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, because for a long time I thought that, hey man, 60, 70, probably about the best I'm gonna get, because I don't know any 70-year-olds in my family. So I'm thinking that's about the best I can hope for. But then when I started thinking, you know what, man, I think I can do this thing. I think I could, I might, if I change my diet, I might be able to bust a good 80, 85 on their ass, you know? Yeah. So now it's like I changed my diet, man. So I started dropping my sugar and salt intake first. I did that for 2.5 years, and I cut back on fried foods and beef.
Yeah.
So, fried foods and red meat. So I limited myself to fried foods twice a week and beef twice a week. And then something strange happened about 2-3 weeks ago. Everybody around me was on some type of diet. And so I was like, well, I feel good and I'm in pretty good shape, but I want to see if I can do something I want to challenge myself even further. So I decided to cut all red meat, cut all fried foods, cut all starch.
Yeah.
I cut out rice, and I love to eat rice, but I cut the rice, I cut the potatoes, and I also cut bread. I was never a big bread eater anyway, but I cut bread totally out of my diet. And I'm feeling great.
Yeah.
I'm feeling good, man. I feel like I'm thinking I can take it to the next level. I might even become a vegan.
Yeah.
A vegan. No,
Yeah,
I ain't gonna go there. Hold on, I ain't gonna go. No, man. No, I like fish.
Yeah.
I like fish and chicken too much to become a vegan.
It's tough to be a vegan in Texas, man.
Yeah.
In Texas, it's tough. It's gotten a little bit better, man. I went out back in 2010. I went to LA for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, man. Brought my family out there. I recorded a couple of albums just to get away. I just felt like I needed to get away just for a temporary. I knew it wasn't ever permanent. I knew I was coming back. Just was temporary. I moved to LA and in Los Angeles, man. Everybody over there is vegan, eating healthy. Everything's organic. They look at you. They look at you crazy if you order something fried or something. They look at you like, what are you eating that? Like you eating something that fell on the ground or something.
Hey, but I told a very good friend of mine, Dana, that I told her that I was going like had been eating fried foods, and she responded like I had cursed her out or something. She said, "Oh my God, you still eating fried foods? Are you still?" And she lives in LA, so that's why I mentioned it.
Yeah, man. Yeah,
that's true, man. Like these people in LA, man, they up on it.
Yeah,
they own it, man. You really have reached the level of notoriety when people start saying that you died.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so there was this hoax out there about Paul Wall having died.
Yeah.
Man, first of all, who told you? How did you find out that you were supposed to be dead first and foremost?
Man, this happened a few times. This happened one time where they thought I had overdosed on ecstasy or Molly or something. I ain't never took ecstasy or Molly in my life. But they said I overdosed on Molly one time. Another time, one of my good friends, Lil E-Man, he got killed. And for some reason, people just thought that I don't know why they threw me in it, maybe because we was homeboys, but I wasn't there. I didn't have anything to do with it at all. I found the news out just like everyone else, but all of a sudden people, I think that might be the time you're talking about, because everybody, I got a call from Shaq, I got a call from everybody. It was just like,
well,
man.
I'm talking about the last one. I guess that would have been the last. That would have been what, earlier in the month, I believe.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that I think that one might have been from. What was it? I don't know. It all come from something. I mean, and they always got some rumors out there, and then when it evolve you, it's just funny. It made me laugh, and then it just made me step back and think about all the rumors going around about everybody else. Now, a lot of times the rumors are all based on truth, but they got DVDs about me being in the Illuminati. You know what I'm saying? Just because I be throwing up H-Town, they think that, oh, yes, he's throwing up the Illuminati horns. And I'm like, man, in Texas.
It's supposed to be Illuminati.
It's supposed to be Illuminati. Yeah.
For all y'all that don't know, when we throw up, when we put those middle fingers down and those end fingers up, that's H-Town, baby. It ain't nothing else.
I had no idea that meant the Illuminati trying to steal our hand sign, man. You know, we got plex with the Illuminati now. But, man, it'd be funny, man, when, you know, so I hear these rumors sometimes that involve me to be far from the truth. So it just made me think sometimes about other rumors that I hear coming out, man. I don't even know this last one, man. I don't even know who told me. I think my wife, Krista, might have told me something, but it's always some rumors, man. I done died a few times, man. It's crazy, man.
Man, let's get into rumors of Paul Wall being one of the hardest working men in show business. Man, you got your hand in a lot of things. I see you got your cap on right now. That's your new clothing line, Satellite.
My new Satellite supply. I brought you one, of course. I brought you one. Yes, sir. Satellite supply.
Satellite.
It's two things. It's a strain of OG weed. It's a strain of weed, Satellite OG. It's also a clothing line. The apparel company is called Satellite Supply Company. So both of them is my companies, and one of them is legal in some states,
right?
And the other one's legal in all states.
My shirt here.
Yeah, man, I got a
certified.
Yes, sir.
You certified. I mean, you be out there hustling, man, putting it in, man. So you definitely certified. Can't know anybody just wear that shirt. Now you got to be really certified to wear that shirt. If you're a sucker, don't even go to my website.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna wear it with pride, baby.
But if you're real with it, you can go to WillieD.com and you can get your certified shirt. You can also get your coon shirt too, your coon hunter shirt at WillieD.com. But look here, man. This is what I want to know about your hustle. Your grind is unbelievable, because every time I look up, man, somebody say, well, Paul Wall just bought this. Paul Wall just opened this company up, started this company. Paul Wall just teamed up with this person. You and Johnny Dang, you know, y'all got a hell of a team, man. Y'all been getting money for a long time together. When I see you two together, that's like a very strange, odd couple. Like, how did you guys link up?
Man, he used to do jewelry repair. There was only a few people that would be getting wholesale jewelry from him. He mostly just did jewelry repair. So, but there were a few people just before he had the store in the mall. All that, he had a store outside the mall. It was just a repair store, and mostly other jewelers would bring their jewelry there to get repaired. But I would come there and it'd be other people. I'd be there dropping off some grill orders from my boy Crime. I used to work for Crime. He came down from New York, from Brooklyn. He the one who brought the removable style of gold teeth to Texas. And he just, you know, before that, you had to get your teeth filed down and get them glued in or cemented in. That's how you got a grill. But he came with the removable style. And Johnny Dang was one of the people that was would make them for him. He also, you know, he had a couple other people from New York, some other people he would send his orders to, Crime, you know. But Johnny would, you know, he would always have me go deliver the orders to TV Johnny, pick up the orders, all that. And every time I'd be there, this is about 10, 20 years ago. So every time we'd be, this was 1998, matter of fact, 97, 98.
Right.
Every time we'd be there, Johnny had the strongest Vietnamese accent. And we'd be in Sharpstown, so the Sharpstown area over there, you know, it's pretty hood over there. So it'd be all racist, but with a hood accent, trying to talk to Johnny with this Vietnamese accent. And here I come in there, and I'd be breaking up fights left and right every time, because he'd be arguing with the customers, and it'd be just a simple communication error. It wouldn't even be like something's wrong. It's just they're trying to tell him, you know, I want this, and he's like, you want this, you know, I want this, but they arguing about the same thing. They just don't even know it.
But was Johnny, was he sometimes really understanding what people were saying, and then kind of like faking like you didn't know?
Try to play that no speak English role.
Because I've seen some people.
Sometimes he might try to play like that, but now, you know, I would always be in there just because this one thing, you know, with Johnny. Whenever I got on board with Johnny always has been a good person. But one thing we've always just been on the same page about is we're not going to beef with other jewelers. We're not going to call out other people or talk down on other people, drop salt on other people. We're going to make a name for ourselves by doing good work and good business. You know, we're going to stand behind our work. You know what I'm saying? If we sell you something, because a lot of times you go into a jewelry store, they're selling you something that's marked up 3 times the value.
Right.
And Johnny,
and how many times
3
y'all marked up?
We just mark it up twice. We just double it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Johnny, being that he was the wholesaler that would make the jewelry for the other jewelers,
He can give
he
them a
didn't
better
have
price.
to. Yeah, he give a good price, so you can
Right.
come direct to him. So we just always stood by our work, and still we trying to build relationships with customers. For you might get your first chain, grill, set of earrings from us, but at the same time you might come get a wedding ring from us down the line.
Right.
You might bring your kids in to come get their first grill and chain, and we starting to see that now. We've been in business this long. We're seeing people who are bringing their kids. Like, man, I brought my first grill and watch from you. I'm bringing my son to get his first grill and watch from you. And that's the type of business we want to have. Johnny he employs felons. He's the only jeweler I know who has black people on his employment. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And or Mexican. He employs Mexican, black, every race. But one thing I just really appreciate about Johnny is that he employs felons. There's not a lot of people out here that will hire felons. Right. Or if they want to hire a felon, they're gonna hire you for security. And that's it, but Johnny, he got, multiple felons on the payroll, man. And this just working, they're good people trying to better their life, and they have a talent or a skill, and they work for us, But a lot of people, when they see that felon on the application, they don't even want to have nothing to do with it. But, but working with Johnny, though, is, these type of business relationships are something I'm real proud of, because it's something we can stand behind. We strive to be the best and to make the most we can make out of it, but at the end of the day, we want to make a difference in our community. Johnny does a lot of charity work. He has his own foundation, charity he has back for people in Vietnam, for his people. He also contributes to anything I'm doing. We were just marching with Black Lives Matter last week, and I got a text from Johnny. He was cussing me out so bad because I didn't tell him about it. Like, he really cares about our community. He really wants to help and wants to use what God put him to try to make a change. So, like for him, I was surprised, like, man, you see Johnny mad because we ain't invite him. I didn't think he would want to come, but he mad we ain't tell him, man. Why you ain't tell him, man? I'm marching. He care about Black Lives Matter to him too. So
I want to touch on that, man, because this kind of ties into another question that I was going to ask you. Also, and I'll come back to that. But when you are in the community, when you are in the black community, you're ingrained in the black community like you and Johnny are, and you guys, you're making money off the black community. How is it that you guys understand about giving back to the community that you take so much from? Not necessarily take so much, but that you get so much from. Yeah. How is it that you get it, but you have many of these companies out there, many of these entrepreneurs or business people out there, and I'm going to go ahead and say it, especially Asians in the hood, who only take out of the hood. They only take, but they never give back. They never ever give back. All they do is suck the blood dry, the economy dry out of the hood. They take the economics out of the hood, and then they go back and wherever they go. Yeah. Then they just set up shop. They never, ever give back. How do you get it, and many other people don't get it?
I don't know, man. And for some people, we'll never give enough. You know what I'm saying? To some people, in their eyes, we can never give back enough. But I don't know if Johnny is like this just because he hooked up with me, or Johnny's like this just because he's a good person. But I like to think he's just a good person because I see that side of him. But both of us, we really care about our community. You know what I'm saying? This is my dream job, to be a rapper. I always dreamed. I always looked up to you. As a kid, I wanted to have this job. This is my dream job. But at the end of the day, it's still a job. And with the job comes responsibilities. And one of the responsibilities of this job, is to give back to our community. And there are a lot of people who just take from the community, even the ones that come directly from the community. Sometimes will take and never give back because they feel like nobody gave to me.
Yeah.
And that's just that's a cancer in our society, is that you have to be the one to make a difference. The same way my father wasn't there for me and left me when I was 6 years old to do heroin. You know, I could, you know, am I going to do that to my children? My dad wasn't there for me. Nah, I got to stand up to be the difference. We got to make a difference. If no one was there for you, well, then you got to be the difference and say, no one was here for me, but I refuse to not be there. I refuse to look the other way when I see people in need that are from my community that need help, especially, you know. So I don't know why some people don't get it. A lot of people just feel like they feel this sense of, man, it's every man for themselves. But I don't know. I think just the way I was raised it's a sense of community. I was raised in a sense of community.
Yeah. I wasn't raised like that, but I figured it out.
Yeah.
I figured it out. I really understood that we really have to look out for each other. We got to help each other. Like, here's the thing. Like, some people is like they try to move out of the way from other people that don't look like them. But at some point, you have to interact with people that don't look like you and don't come from where you come from. And if that did happen, wouldn't you want that to be a pleasant experience as opposed to at some type of experience that turned wrong, and maybe it turned violent, or it's an episode where you end up cursing each other out, or even if it's just a situation where you don't speak because you're so uneasy and you get have some type of anxiety attack or something just because you are afraid of people who don't look like you and who don't come from where you come from. I just don't get Americans. We have it real bad. Like, we've already went through all of this shit, all right? We went through it already. Our grandparents went through it, and now we're going through it, and our children are going through it. I don't get it. Did we fucking evolve from apes, or did apes evolve from us? Because I really do believe that apes get it.
Yeah.
I think apes get it. I think the animals in the jungle get it. We can't figure it out. And we call ourselves the brightest of the brightest, the smartest of the smartest. I just don't get it, man. Yeah.
It's sad, man. It's sad to me, man. Well, some people only care for themselves. The selfishness is at an all-time high, man, in this world of selfishness, man, where people will just see out for themselves, and they don't care about anything else. And I think a lot of that, that selfishness also has led to so much the detriment of the family in today's society. There is no more family. It's so easy to get divorced, and I think there should be some type of penalty if you get divorced. I mean, I don't know what it would be. You got to pay a fine, or so you already got to pay a bunch of fine. But I'm just saying, just people are so quick to get married and then get divorced, and then get married again and get divorced, and it's like there's no type of we don't uplift the sanctity of marriage or family no more.
We're talking about the sanctity of marriage, but how about the tradition of marriage? What do you think about these women who are proposing to men?
It's hey, I don't know. It just throws me off because it's something we not used to. You know what I'm saying? We're used to the man doing that, but man, it's so hard these days, just in general. And normally there's the little girl growing up who wants to be a princess, who wants to be married and taken care of her whole life. And then there's a guy who's a knight in shining armor who comes and takes and sweeps her off her feet and marries her, and they live happy ever after. That's like the thought of what a family and a marriage is. There's some benefits to that, and there's also some setbacks also, because the benefits is that, hey, things go right, that's beautiful. Yeah. But when things go wrong, you're kind of left out there on your island all along, and I think that's kind of one of the things that propelled the feminist movement. Yeah. And that's why they're so strong, because they've encouraged women to go out and get your own. Yeah. And I think on one hand that's positive, but then on the other hand, women have suffered because many women put their careers before their family. It's like many women want it all. They want the family, they want the husband, they want the children, but something has to suffer. Yeah. And most often the career is put first. Yeah. But we'll talk about that when we come back. Checking out Willie D Live, y'all.